Well, thanks very much, Treasurer. You've talked about how the productivity agenda has changed as a result of changes in the economy. One of the big differences between the 2002 report and 2023 report is that you're looking at climate change and its very real impacts on how people work. Basically, some people won't be able to go outside to do their jobs because it's going to be too hot. In the same way, I know you've ruled out in the last few days radical tax reform. We always keep going back to the same debate about GST, but I was wondering if you could just fill out for us a little bit the issues about how the change in our revenue base and our resources economy will affect the tax base and what that suggests for the tax debate in the future.
Yep, thanks, Laura. A couple of things about that. I mean, first of all, I'm pleased that people have noticed that we've taken a much broader approach to the intergenerational report than the early IGRs. That's deliberate. We want to think about the pressures which are impacting our budget as well as the pressures that are impacting our economy and our society, and climate change is among the most obvious of those, and so we have tried to lean into that a bit more in this report. And what that leads us to is a much broader appreciation that whether it's the productivity challenge or other challenges in our economy, it has been, I think our approach to productivity in this country has been unnecessarily narrowed, and it has become almost exclusively a conversation about industrial relations and sometimes tax. And obviously industrial relations policy, tax policy, very important levers that governments have to pull, but so is energy policy, so is policy about human capital. And I believe that the productivity challenge has changed sufficiently that our approach to productivity needs to change with it. And a lot of people are making the same points that they've been making for 30 or 40 years. And I would rather look forward. And I think if we look forward, we will see, and ideally at some point we will agree, that the best chance we give ourselves to turn around this problematic productivity sluggishness that we've seen in our economy for some time is to invest in our people and their industries and the energy transformation and technology. And I think that's where the gains will be made. You talked about the impact on the budget of the way the economy is changing. The composition of our tax base is changing. And the best examples in the intergenerational report is obviously we will collect less fuel excise as more people take up electric vehicles. I hope at some future point a Treasurer can stand here and say that we're no longer collecting any tax on smokes. There's a whole bunch of ways that the changes in our society and our economy are evolving over time, and the IGR spends a bit of time thinking about it.